Hey there, Princes! MetaSolaray here, and we are here with the Jungle Udyr update, and maybe we'll even throw in some top tips for you guys, since a lot of you guys have been absolutely crushing it with the Udyr top videos. So we'll be absolutely guaranteed to go ahead and go over Jungle, then we'll go over top lane Udyr, one after the other, 1-2 punch, and get that information out. Now, guys, we'll be going over a more in-depth video here. But if you have any questions, ask them in the comments down below. We'll be glad to go ahead and answer you, give you the information if you have a more specific question. However, guys, if you're saying, hey, I want to know now, there's two resources you guys can actually get to reach me at almost any time. The first is me at twitch.tv/MetaSolaray, where you'll be able to catch me live in gameplays, see my victories, see my crushing defeats, and journey with me on the way to Challenger. Now, if you're a little bit more shy, or if you want to ask a question when I'm not streaming, then join us at Discord with the link down below, and join us where you can ask me at any time. Guaranteed, I may not answer you at any time, but you'll be able to reach me as well as other members of the community, so you can get the answers that are more focused about how to make you the best Udyr player you can be. With that in the way, guys, today's video we'll be covering over the jungle pathing that may have changed, runes, itemization, and last but not least, how you can continue dominating with the champion that we all know and love, even if we have to say rip to the Dorito fingers. Let's get started. Alright, guys, so very first thing on the video, or is this a video? Yeah, it is a video. So, the most important thing, guys, is Udyr still a viable champion for you to climb wherever server you are? EU West, EUN East, Korea, North America, Brazil, Latin America. The answer, guys, as you can clearly see, not this game, is a resounding yes. Udyr is still a very much viable champion, and while you will get great games where you will carry some of the best players on the server, 12-2-12, there are, of course, going to be games where you just aren't going to be able to carry a 4-2-2 game. These games do happen to everybody. So, guys, what you have to always remember is that it is definitely possible. The only thing that's stopping you from getting to where I am is you. You can get out of there. You can climb. If Udyr can help me get to Grandmasters and we're aiming for Challenger, it can work for you. Then my job is to give you the tools you need to continue that climb. So, in the beginning with your routing is jungle pathing. Has jungle pathing changed for Udyr? Is there any kind of struggles that you need to keep in mind of? For Udyr, there's not really that many changes that Udyr currently has to struggle with. The jungle pathing routes that have been announced on my mobile fire as well as in my guides are as follow: Blue Gromp Wolves Red, Blue Gromp Wolves Raptors Red, Red Blue Gromp. All of these routes are perfectly viable. Now, for myself, I'm a big fan of the blue start. Blue is a very powerful start for Udyr that allows you to start Machete on Tiger stance, which gives you the fastest clear on Tiger, giving you more time to be able to adapt to each and every game. Losing red buff, while that does suck, does not put you out of the game as much as losing your blue buff, when you are a champion that relies on constantly stance dancing to maintain your high attack speed bonuses. On the flip side, if you're more aggressive Udyr, make sure you avoid AoE camps like Krugs and Raptors. Because, guys, here's the truth of the matter. If you're trying to stop the enemy jungler, you shouldn't be farming your Raptors. Chickens will be fine. Go farm his Raptors. And hopefully, you catch that Master Yi right after he Alpha Strikes his Raptors so you can politely help the chickens eat by killing Master Yi. So, if you guys on your routing, if you're very uncomfortable, very new to Udyr, take my route. If you're ever curious to see how those routes are started, make sure to watch any of my YouTube videos or come watch me live on twitch.tv, where you'll be able to see that route being done live and count the auto attack systems I use to make sure I have the fastest clear, the healthiest clear, to start every one of my games out perfectly. The next thing we want to go ahead and cover is really the biggest kind of changes we have, and these are the itemization builds. Now, a lot of you guys have itemization problems where you don't really take advantage of the resources that you have. A lot of you will use the default item page, and then, you're sitting at your shop and you're going through 5 million pages to try to find try to find where your Triforce is or your Stairs Gauge, and you guys end up wasting so much time. Guys, on my Discord, I have access to one of the best tools a lot of you guys aren't taking advantage of. And that is the channel official MetaSolaray Udyr item page. This item page gives you everything that you will ever build on Udyr in one general spot. And you can download this item page, put it straight to your computer, make adjustments on the fly, and have access to all your items all in one central area. This makes every one of your shops more efficient. Guys, here's a simple fact. If every back, you can save 10 seconds on every back with having your shop pre-cleaned and predetermined for you. 10 seconds on every back, and let's say you back 6 times in an entire game. That's an entire minute of standing around doing nothing that you could be farming, looking for ganks, and optimizing your playstyle so you can find more opportunities to gain a lead on your enemies and less time just chopping through. So, for itemization changes, these are a couple of things that I've kind of made some adjustments on and have some secondary thoughts on. So, first things first, Stairs Gauge I still think is one of the kings of the jungle. It is one of the strongest items on Udyr, but it also is starting to hit a point in the current meta where it's also not the go-to default option for every single game. One of the most popular items in the recent Riot patches has been the Blade of the Ruined King. Now, Blade of the Ruined King does 12% current health for most melee users, this being Jax, Aurelia, and Sep. Guys, if you are against 2 champions that are going to rush a Blade of the Ruined King or Blood Razor, Master Yi, do not rush Stairs Gauge into that champion. You are literally making it easier for them to kill you, sustain off of you, and then break through your shield and hold themselves at nice healthy range. Instead, guys, consider other options. Black Cleaver is a great substitute for Stairs Gauge. It has about 50 less HP, so that's a little bit less damage. Come on. No, it doesn't want to give me information. Oh well. So Stairs Gauge has a little bit less HP than Black Cleaver, allowing you to take a bigger advantage of dealing out just the raw damage you need, and more importantly, having options to go into a different itemization. Black Cleaver is a great combo item with the Blade of the Ruined King. As a couple of you guys have seen from my videos, I will oftentimes combo Black Cleaver and Blade of the Ruined King together, so I have the armor penetration from the Black Cleaver, so my Blade of the Ruined King does more damage. This exposes tankier champions like Sion, Zac, and Sejuani, making me a much bigger threat to those champions, as well as amplifying my ADC's damage. Secondly, a recent discovery, guys, has been the Gargoyle Stoneplate. Now, this item right here is sleeper OP. And now I know you guys have been on like the pro guys, and they're like, this build sleeper OP, no one, this build super OP, blah, 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 blah. And they are telling you how great this item build is. And then, you try it in your game, like, wow, that sucks. Yeah, no. Guys, if you are on one of these videos, and I'm talking directly to you, understand, I am glad to put my money where my mouth is. And if I can't make this work, it's not secret OP. But, 628, 4711, 673, it's a loss, but hey, it happens. 3316, Gargoyle Stoneplate. 12-2-12, guys. Was I carried by somebody? Yeah, the Ash, but I did my half. And I was a massive tank for my team. Guys, Gargoyle Stoneplate is one of the best items on Udyr, especially Cinderhulk Aftershock Udyr with Stairs Gauge. Now, you may be asking, why that item over, any other option? Stairs Gauge, as you guys know, gives you a shield based on your max health. So for every bit of health you buy, it gives you an extra 0.75% of that HP bonus HP you buy translates into a shield. So if you have 600, if you have 1,000 bonus shield, 1,000 bonus health, you have a 750 shield. Now this is pretty good when you get it. When you get Cinderhulk and Stairs Gauge, guys, you're looking at about a 660 HP shield. Pretty good for about 20 minutes in the game, guys, right? What does Gargoyle Stoneplate do? It takes that HP, then doubles it. So, guys, when I complete my, let's see, When I clear my Random's Omen, I am looking at about, well, how much was that again? Oh, right, I was looking about 900 HP shield, right? After my Random's Omen, which is about a 2,900 gold item. So 2,900 gold, right? With my Gargoyle Stone Plate, I take that 662 shield and make it 1,200. And I also get, and if I hit that 1,200 shielding, I also double my base max health. So I'm extra tanky on my bot without the Staircase shield. And I have 80 armor and magic resist, buffing up my both of those shields significantly. This makes it so Udyr can start any fight, and you can literally walk through hell and back and absolutely just ignore the enemy team. Guys, when you combo these two items together, you will literally laugh your enemies to death as they are trying so hard to kill you. If you're looking for a new item to add to your inventory, consider Gargoyle Stoneplate when you are doing Staircase Udyr, and just admire the results. This is the brand new 100% guarantee this item will get you new results. In regard for other items we've talked about, Blade of the Ruined King is one of my go-to results for just pretty much going any form of damage. It is 400 gold cheaper than Triforce, so you're going to get that spike a lot sooner. It does have worse components than Triforce, I will admit to that, but it's stronger in dueling, allowing you to take on champions like Aurelia and Set much more efficiently than Triforce would, and absolutely matching their Blade of the Ruined King with your own, as you're actually one of the strongest users for it, since you have 100% bonus attack speed naturally built into your kit. Black Cleaver has actually been a much more useful than I have previously given it. As I said before, it is still one of my more preferred options over Triforce personally, thanks to that 733 bonus for Phage, that Phage proc, as well as the armor penetration. It is a great universal, good if you're ahead, good if you start falling behind. It's just a great universal option for Udyr, giving him that consistency in keeping in the game. For defensive items, these your Spirit Visage and Abyssal Mask still, these are your situationals. If you pretty much, if in doubt, get Spirit Visage. Wit's End, guys, is still one of my stronger meta options. I combo this in a lot of my builds, in my Cinderhulk, Staircase, Gargoyle Stoneplate. I'll generally follow it up with a Wit's End, since this is a great, just, great base damage, great healing, just superb defensive item that helps you just really take advantage of. And it finds a place in a lot of my builds, even when there's only one magic threat, because it gives me base damage that I don't have to worry about, someone itemizing heavy on the armor, making me just do tickle damage to them. However, I have also been substituting it out a little bit more often in this current meta. There is a lot less options where I will see it be very viable. There's sometimes where I just have to say, you know what, there's not enough magic damage. I'm not here to do enough damage. I need to optimize my Staircase shield more. And then we'll push in more health items so I can get that bigger shield, bigger Gargoyle Stoneplate bonus. And it really is something you have to remember. When you buy Wit's End and you buy Gargoyle Stoneplate, you have to remember I still need to itemize more for health items so I can get more bonuses from Cinderhulk and Gargoyle Stoneplate to really all kind of make my build mesh together. Remember, guys, it is about making sure that all your itemizations work for you, not against you. Triforce and Iceborne Gauntlet have kind of just stayed in the same spot. Triforce is like one of my most least purchased items. As I told you guys before, it is a great learning curve to teach you how to play Udyr. But a lot of you guys are so stuck on it that you find that feeling that cooldown reduction becomes more of a hinder to you because you're so reliant on it, instead of helping you say, okay, it's an option for me, but it's not going to be the option. Iceborne Gauntlet has shot up in my usage. Hey, Makeup. Bye, Makeup. Has shot up immensely in my usage of what items I'm going to just overall run. And when I'm in the top lane, this is an item I'm going to definitely be speaking out about. Death Dance, on the other hand, has kind of fallen out in my favor. It is an item I build just a little bit more over Triforce. Udyr, unfortunately, is a champion who just does not do enough damage on his own to really get a lot of the bonus out of Death Dance compared to a champion like Riven, Aatrox, or Kane, who just chunk out a lot of base damage and are very, very powerful, get a lot of AoE healing off of Death Dance. Whereas Udyr is just, if you're going to go for a lifesteal sustain item, Ravenous Hydra is better, Blade of the Ruined King is better. If you're looking for a defensive, offensive item, Staircase complements a lot more of your build. You can take up more damage, you can suck up more damage, it's just a much better fit. However, guys, there are a couple matchups where Death Dance is a very powerful option, especially since it gives base armor, master resist, and cooldown reduction. Defensive-wise, all these items are in the same place. You build them when they're optional, you build them when they're optimal. Random and Omen, 2+ crit champions, this better be in your build. Thor and Mail, there's Fiora on the enemy team, throw a Brandon Blessing in your build and build this last. Frozen Heart, actually pretty good, combos well with Leandri's Mask. If you're curious about the Leandri's Mask Frozen Heart combo, check it out in one of my previous videos where I actually go into more detail. Deadman Plate remains the armor and health item you go when you are finding yourself as a carry. If you are the 12-2-12 champion of the game, then go Deadman's Plate so you can continue dominating the map with increased mobility. Righteous Glory is the I need to be engaging for my team. Combo that with a Gargoyle Stone Plate and a Stairs Gauge, and then you can start any fight you want whenever you want. Abyssal Mass, still one of the strongest items on Phoenix, Udyr, and last but not least, Mortis, honestly, is... But like this, guys, the only time I'm building this item is if the enemy team is full AP. Literally, because this was my build to be a Wit's End, there'll be one of these two, probably the other one as well, and then a Maul. You do not need a Maul. Mauls are literally only if the enemy team is full AP, and then you punish the crap out of them with that. And last but not least, guys, when all else fails, here's your support items. Learn them, love them, you'll get used to them. And your consumables. The item you never buy because the games don't go past 40 minutes often. And the item you never buy because warding is apparently for punks. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead. And we're going to touch up on the last thing in depth, and then we're going to go talk about top lane, and it is the runes and optimization. And now, a lot of you guys have asked, Conqueror has gotten a nerf, and a lot of you said, what, meta, has this meant that Conqueror is out of the game? Do we not take Conqueror anymore? The answer, guys, is not incorrect. A lot of matchups, in a lot of games, Conqueror is still going to be one of your strongest assets. The only difference is that Conqueror now is actually weaker for Champion to abuse it against us, stacking it much more quicker than we could, while we still get a lot of benefit out of it if it is in the right matchup. So guys, your three base runes are going to be these sets. No, I should just, one of these days, just swap the cameras. They're going to be these 3 sets. Conqueror with Sorcery Tree, Aftershock with Precision Tree, and Press the Attack with the exact same runes, but slightly different. We can move the mouse over here so you guys can see it in all its glory. And these are your primary runes that you're going to be going. Press the Attack, Aftershock, and Conquer. Now, guys, the Press the Attack page is going to be your safest bet. If you are unsure, if you sit there and you're like, I don't know what to take in this matchup, and you don't have MetaSolaray's matchup guide, which is also going to be in the link down below, which will tell you the runes I would take in almost 90% of matchups you'll see in League of Legends. If you're ever unsure, guys, you have 5 seconds load in, take this page. This page gives you everything you can need. Tenacity, Triumph, Press the Attack, Coup de Grace, since you're going to press the attack, Water Walking, Nimbus Cloak. This will get your feet wet. This is a safe rune page. It's safe if you fall behind. It's safe if you get ahead. It is a universal good option for Udyr. When you need to be the tankiest son of a gun in the team, and you need to provide the initiation for your team, you want to go that Stairs Gauge, Cinder Hulk, and last but not least, that beautiful Stone Plate to double all of your shielding, then this is the page you want to go with. A 1200 shield with Shield Bash is a beautiful way to get some damage out, even if the damage is reduced by 60%. And last but not least, Aftershock resistances with Gargoyle Stone Plate practically are almost maxed out, so you'll get a lot of tankiness on all of your engagements. You note that, as always, you want to avoid this page against champions like Olaf and Master Yi, who simply say, true damage, I don't care about your Aftershock. The Conqueror page, everything stays exactly the same. You can even still go into the Domination tree, as you guys remember from Season 9, where we used to go the Domination tree for Ravenous Hunter as well as Zombie Wards. That has not changed. The only thing that has changed is this rune page is no longer a consistent go this every game for success, as the meta has shifted to be a bit more about about Assassin meta, and a bit more about, champions such as Aurelia and Fiora, and those kind of champions who can really just outduel us anyways with Conqueror. So, on the other end, we take Conqueror when we're against more bruisers and front lines, and when we need to sustain more through our fights. Conqueror still combos well with Blade of the Ruined King and Stairs Gauge, and it's just going to give you more sustain. Long story short, guys, if you're looking for long duels, Conqueror will help you heal through the fight. Press the attack will help you kill him faster. Figure out which optimization is best for you, and go into every battle with the right set. Now, guys, if you are asking for any more of your niche options, such as Phase Rush, how about Phase Rush, then make sure you ask in those comments, and I'll be glad to go into more detail. Phase Rush is actually still, in my opinion, a very niche rune set. No one's in high elo that I have seen has gone it as a consistent, I go this every single game setup. If there's somebody has, make sure to link them to me. I'll be glad to see their results and see how their information goes and what Phase Rush actually does for them. It's still niche, but guys, absolutely can be a fundamental, solid style for most people looking to climb. It is still a rune set that I personally believe is best used offensively and aggressively instead of trying to beat defensively, because if you're looking for a defensive rune set, why not take the runes that are going to make you tankier instead of having to run away? But, as they've always said, guys, the best damage taken is the damage you naturally dodge. Now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and this is the end of the video in regards to Jungle Udyr. If you guys are good with that, make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already to help continue supporting me, guys, because we've hit 5,000 subscribers, and I can't wait to see how we continue growing. So, guys, if you are looking for top lane Udyr content, we're going to go ahead and shoot those nice and fast. And guys, I have been doing a lot of testing, and this is my personal rune page for the top lane Udyr gameplay I go for. Grasp the Undying, Shield Bash, Conditioning, Unflinching with Transcendence and Gathering Storm, double armor or magic resist depending on the matchup, and scaling CDR, so that way I get all the scaling in the world. This build, guys, is a very consistent and safe playstyle against most top laners. If you guys have seen on YouTube, the video against Fiora, the video against Teemo, two of the hardest matchups against Udyr, got absolutely decimated with these rune pages. And it wasn't against gold players either, guys. These were diamond players who I absolutely took to town with this rune page. This rune page gives Udyr one of the things that no one ever thought he had. Scaling. This provides you a lot. So you got Shield Bash and Grasp the Undying and Unflinching to get you through the early game. You max out your turtle stance primarily, and then your first item is going to be either Iceborne Gauntlet or the Abyssal Mask, depending on the matchup. AD, Iceborne, AP, Abyssal. Do not try to rush Iceborne Gauntlet against a Maokai, guys. It will not go well for you. It will be a very, very terrible experience in your. Trust me, even though Sheen is nice, guys, go for that. After that, you want to go ahead and grab either a Frozen Heart if you're against an AD matchup, or finally get your Iceborne Gauntlet for a Sheen procs in regards to an AP matchup. This will allow you to start getting your Transcendence proc, and at this point, you should have gotten the free CDR, so you should either be at your 40% CDR mark, or actually over it, and now starting to get your free AP. For your top lane itemization, you're going to be looking for your Dark Seal as a starting item almost 90% of the time, so you can start getting your AP ratios, or if you're really scared, get a Doran Shield with a potion, and on your first 500 gold back to go ahead and grab a beautiful Dark Seal with a refillable potion so you can sustain through lane. In regards to your general playstyle, you remember that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of what? 8. 4 out of 8 options that are literally not even giving you any stats until 10 plus minutes in the game. Feel free to play it slow. Play it slow, guys. Wait for your opportunities to get strong. Wait for your runes to start kicking it, and then turn around the fights and start looking for those advantage games. Use grass to delay you into the early mid game. Use it to trade with them. Hit W your Shield Bash, smack them in the face with a grass proc and Shield Bash, and then back off. Sustain and build up your base HP with Grasp of the Undying. And then come mid-game, guys, you'll be diving into Team Under Tower and being an absolute pain in the ass that you guys all know and love from Udyr. If you guys want a more detailed guide on top lane Udyr content, or if you're saying, hey, meta, I don't really like Grasp of the Undying. How do I go and beat up the top laner if I want to? Well, maybe there's a runes page just for you out there. But there may also be some adjustments that you guys want to see more of. If you do, let me know in the comments down below as well. Because, guys, in the end of the day, Udyr tech is always evolving, and I'm always opening myself up to new technologies, new information, and new playstyles that a lot of you guys are missing out on. If you guys are looking for that information, come to the right place, and I will always be here to help you engage yourself and become the best Udyr you can be. And you know, guys, as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Chowder.